Another sort of diary entry to let you know some bits we've got going on, some quite interesting bits. Starting in the office today, just finished a meeting with the guys, and yeah, we've just kind of penciled in the plans for, first of all, an autumn harvest event coming out that time of year when all our growing's done. That season comes to an end, so that's going to be one that you guys are going to be able to access. We're just discussing all the finer details on that at the moment, but looking forward to that and showcasing the best of what we've produced over the season. And secondly, what's going to tie into that basically is a event that is going to involve some really top Dainichi fish, Sakai Dragon Ball, Sanke, possibly some Momotaro fish, and a few others. So the general premise is we're going to be selecting a batch of fish that we're going to release for sale via our website at fixed prices as well, first come first served through our dealers, and those fish will be staying here to grow over the rest of the summer through to the harvest event when they'll be ready and available for collection. So quite an exciting concept. We're going to make it as accessible and broad range as possible. There'll be a whole range of different price points depending on the quality of the fish. So stay tuned for updates on that one coming out. In the meantime, I just want to show you a system that we've had created. So one of the things I've been working on in the background recently is new systems, bespoke systems that are going to allow us to get on top of the huge pile of admin that we're doing. As we start with the live auctions, we're doing more and more individual fish sales to people, and it's just creating a massive administration. On top of that, we have to do a lot of work for CFAS as well. Paperwork, where, I mean, one of the big things with CFAS is despite what anyone else says, when you boil it down, their biggest actual concern is traceability. This is the main thing they want to focus on. If there is a problem, they want to know where that fish has been, what could have possibly been infected, and where it could have spread to. That is the real main focus. That's why we have to keep movement records. We've kind of done it through hacking into various systems along the way to keep that traceability. But there's a whole host of stuff I've been wanting to improve, and it's basically started with a whole pond management system that we've had bespokely built, which is allowing us to keep a lot more data as well to hopefully improve efficiency of the ponds, learn more about how we're medicating, what we're medicating with, dosages, what's worked and what's not. Because with so many ponds, keeping track, we generally know from 1 week to the next, but going back further than that, it's hard to trace. So it's only the raw version. In the end, as this gets compiled with data, it's going to have so much in there that I can pull into to really understand what's going on, which is all just going to translate into making us more efficient, and then that's going to be, you know, even better information that can pass on to you guys to help improve your koi keeping experiences. But yeah, the exciting bit about this for me really is, like I say, this full traceability. It's going to cut down on our admin internally for CFAS. It's keeping, you know, records of every little thing that we're doing. So if we have a quick look, you can see we've got every pond listed in there as well. So all the different zones are in. For our CFAS stuff, we have them banked into different zones. So where we've got 2 greenhouses in line with each other, because they're connected on one side by the boiler room, for example, in CFAS's case, they classify that as one fish house. So we just banked the different areas into zones, and yeah, I mean, this pond bit just allows us to store all the information in. We're still inputting it all at the moment, to be honest with you. It's pretty new, but the zones where it is, we can highlight if ponds are in quarantine, add all the different feeder information, so any of the guys on site can access that at any point, as well as just save keeping it in different notes. But we can see here, look, there's a couple of ponds in quarantine that have been, they're now highlighted, and it also tells us the date when that quarantine is due to end. So we've got all that information. We can list out all the different stock on there as well, and it gives us full kind of details on there of all the bits and bobs that's been going on. Feeding is another system we've added, so this is actually going to allow us to keep track when we start using it of how much food we're putting into the pond. So the trick here is when ponds where we're weighing fish as they go in and as they come out, we'll be trying to log every time we fill the feeder up, and any manual feeds given outside of that, just so we can then try and get a conversion ratio at the end of it, which is going to be really interesting stuff. We've got full log of medications, water test kits, observations, so just when we're seeing anything we can note it. equipment servicing, which is a big one. I mean, you can imagine the amount of little bits and bobs, but from one year to the next, often we don't know when a UV bulb's been changed or done anything like that. So just trying to keep on top of that to make it more efficient and see how efficient the equipment is. Full log for all the maintenance being done, and then at the end we can start pulling it out in some pretty cool reports, which pond by pond it shows us everything that's been going on with it, the feeder details, the meds, the water tests, the observations, equipment servicing and maintenance. Just a really, really cool bit of kit that's just improved in making things more efficient. This is kind of things we don't often see with us, but big stuff behind the scenes. I've been working hard with the developer to get it done. And then, yeah, just give us the full listing of everything, but that'll allow us to keep better track of where fish are that are being sold, individual fish and all the rest of it. So, yeah, exciting stuff, especially for me, a bit of a geek at times, and I've always loved this kind of stuff, but yeah, just so far, this has made a huge difference. I'm excited more than anything to collect that data and see where we get to at the end of it. So yeah, that all said, I've got one last thing to share with you. I've recently, following on from the Sakai video that you've seen on the channel, on that day we selected out 8 pieces that we sold to Perfect Aquatics, and we agreed they'd been asking about some pieces that they could have growing on with us, so we selected 8 pieces out. I'm just going to share them with you now before we get them photographed. They will then be available to actually buy via Perfect Aquatics, and they will be growing on with those Sakai fish in the main growing pond through till October, so that'll all be included in the price. Well worth having a look, some great pieces. Them Sakai fish really are flying, and you've seen in the video, you know, where we've got to with them. Now with just 130 fish in that pond, they're going to absolutely romp on. So yeah, I think they've pitched at a really nice price point to make them accessible, and I mean, what a chance to own a Sakai Nisai for some sensible kind of money, not 2 words that often go in the same sentence. So I'll take you now and have a look at them before I sign off. So we've got a nice little mix, Kohaku and Sanke. A bit of something for everyone. Let's say we don't know specific parent sets on these ones, but the quality is, Sakai qualities are there for all to see. So there we have it. We've got 5 pieces Kohaku, 3 pieces of really nice Sanke as well. We've got a current size range, about 27 to, let's have a look at that one. Wow, 27 to just about 30 cm, 29, 30 cm. Just see all that quality there in these nice patterns, very nice patterns. Bodies stacked well. See there, look at that Benny in the sunlight, absolutely insane. Great Shiroji quality. Sankes with nice proportions. Very, very good fish, really good fish, great prospects. Like I say, they're going to be going, once photographed, back in the pond here with the other 130 pieces in total with them, and yeah, they're going to fly on until the end of October. So they all come with a life guarantee, so should they die, you'll be offered a replacement fish of a similar quality. So yeah, amazing. I'd get in touch with them guys and definitely see, or get your name on one for sure.